OK. Next one. We could just go to the Yeah. Here you can open. So see here, by default, SNMP traps threshold CPU memory. All these are configured. If you want to change that CPU is 90 to some 80% of 70%, you can change this value. And below you need to add the 3 lines that SNMP host IP and a port number and community string something. Where should we be adding it below? To excluded log messages, hit enter and there you need to add these 3 things. What are these 3 things? SNMP host IP. So you SNMP server in the organization. Should we give in the same format or is there a specific structure to it? Yeah, just we get copy-paste from the docs. Cyberark just to modify the IP values. That's it. Remaining all are same port by default, 162 and community public. Only SNMP host IP. You need to change the IP to your organization. OK, and if you want to reduce that threshold values, you need to change that threshold values. And remote station IP address. This should be OK that we have configured for the remotely monitoring by running. OK. OK. Through the command line. Maybe in real time. We will not have it. In case if you don't give this IP. Also, that's fine, because if you are monitoring the world through SNMP, then we need to put that SNMP below. OK. So this is only for the world part of it. And you mentioned monitoring. We can install agents. So in case, if you are organizing using solar bands, there's a big or whatever side scope or whatever. So we can install those agents on the server. OK. OK. Where are these files? You said OK. Maybe we'll just complete the other one. OpenDB. Sample. OK. Sample sorry. OK. Scroll to bottom. OK. Yeah, here you can see this log section. So what we need to do is copy this section and paste it in at the end of your main DB file and edit it means just to change your syslog server IP and change the path of that access file's IP address also. Yeah. OK. So this is about SAM. Now go to your server. Go to your serial drive. So this is Vault, right? I think you have. Yeah, this is what. Yeah. Open that serial folder. Open Cyberark VM and open server. Server RLS. So here you can see Cyberark version 1 and version 2. Extra documents. OK. Yeah. So we need to provide these two files so they can check which version is suitable to the SNMP server. So they will configure these files from their end to pass the data. But is this not available, or maybe installed along with the Cyberark itself? No. Okay. So in our case, maybe we'll have to speak to the vendor of where are these files then? You can download the software from the Secure File Exchange in case, if you have access. So from that server folder you can give this file to. Okay. So you mean to say that these are very generic in nature? Okay, so even in my environment I can still consume these two files, as is means you need to match the version. So in case, in your environment, I think this doesn't matter. You can consume. Yeah. Okay. 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 Next. And what are the best practices for monitoring the components as such, as what parameters you typically configure? Maybe say, like PVA. What are the parameters of the monitor? Any component we need to monitor services. CPU memory disk. Okay. Disk and services and also in memory, virtual memory also. Okay. And services would be. What is service only in such case? Service and the cyber schedule task service for PVA in the same way. Central Policy Manager and Password Manager schedule task services. It's schedule task. Okay. And where do I find this services? Okay. It should be here, right? So it's a service. It is installed along with cyber components, right? Yeah. Cyber schedule task. Okay. So they should always be running. And what is the purpose you said for this, generating the reports? Okay. Only for the reporting part. It's needed. Okay. Okay, and you need to prepare for other components. CPM, PSM. So PSM, only one service, cyber, are privileged as a manager. Remaining same CPU memory disk, and for here it will be a PSM service. Right. Cyber are privileged privileges as a manager. Okay. And what else? So, CPM, do we configure anything? CPM to services, Central Policy Manager, Scanner and Password Manager. So this again remains the same as is. So we need to give that threshold values to that monitoring team. So in case on the server, if the CPU reaches to 80%, immediately generate an email notification and also a service notice to our team cyber. Then operations team will check and do the Okay. And what are the services you mentioned for CPM? Central Policy Manager Scanner. Central Policy is it? Yeah. Central Policy Manager Scanner. Cyberark Password Manager.